Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Angel Martin, and today is the very first episode of Kim D Presents Angel Gets Real. And I have a special guest today, one of my good friends, Sean. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sean, Bravo historian here.
Yeah. We're going to discuss things that we don't discuss on Get Real with Kim D, as well as just our personal opinions. I decided to start this pod because I have so many great conversations with my friends about things Bravo or gossip and celebrity news and everything like that, pop culture. And I just feel like sometimes I wish I recorded it. So that's the whole idea behind the show. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and we're going to get right into it. So, let's take a step back into like a couple of years ago and when Jersey went into hiatus. What was your initial feeling about it actually being like on pause?
It was needed. It was definitely needed. The show got too toxic. I think the fans were very loud about what they weren't liking. And it just kind of got repetitive. I think they needed a break. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I love what's happening right now because it seems like I thought it was a hiatus to kind of get a refresh. And it seems like we might be heading in a
Different
similar
direction?
direction. Yeah, like we kind of just, but we'll see. Hopefully, there's some new faces in the mix. We'll see what's happening.
All right, so when you say it's going in a certain direction that you're not too happy about, what does that mean? Like bringing back the
Well,
old girls?
well, I'm just
You wanted a brand new cast completely?
no, not a brand new cast because we saw how that went for Roni.
Mm.
So they're still on hiatus, or they might be actually filming right now. But no, not a whole new cast. But I just thought that the producers would make more bold decisions. Like I
Okay.
don't, and from what I've been seeing in the media a lot and just like rumors here and there, it seems like they're test filming. They're not. They have these new names passed around. They're not. They dropped them. They think they're gonna bring this one on. They don't. It's just like it seems like they just kind of want to go back to like the crap that they had. I feels like
Gotcha.
they want to just. Jen Fessler stayed around. Dolores is now in Rhode Island. Like they're keeping them around and connected. So I have a feeling that that's the direction they're heading in.
Okay. So what do you think about, because I know we had discussions about it a little bit, like the Friends of, like you feel kind of like disappointed with some of the Friends of not being picked up as full-time housewives?
Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit. Um, yeah, wouldn't you agree? Like, remember that one season where they had Tracy on the reunion, but they completely edited her out? That's Tiki Barber's wife. She was
But
actually,
I didn't think she brought much to the show though. So I can see why if they were like filling up 3 episodes and they had enough content with the main girls, like why take away with somebody that's like eh,
but did they give her a chance?
on the show?
Yeah, like did production say let's explore this, let's give her a chance, or did they just kind of quickly toss her to, like we didn't see one bit of it on the reunion, like not even an introduction.
Well,
And
usually when they record the friends of and stuff like that that are potential housewives, they do record them more so than what they show. And it's like from the footage that they do get, they're like, you know what? As a whole, this is not that great. So we'll just put her little pieces in that go with the storyline. But the
yeah,
rest is like, if it's not anything intriguing or it can be tied into what's already going on, they're gonna just cut them.
yeah, that's pretty much what they did with her. I feel like they just had her as like Melissa's friends and in Melissa scenes and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
they didn't really explore too much with her. She even got I think she even got confessionals.
Who? Oh,
Tracy.
yeah.
Yeah. There was another one like Michelle who was a realtor, and I remember she came on one season trying to like say that Joe Gorga didn't pay her husband's
Oh,
bills or
yeah.
something, and she tried starting something, and that was like 1, 2 episodes they kept her around, and she left. I
Now,
don't
do
know
you
if
think she would have been a good addition to the show?
I don't know because they don't explore it. That's what I'm saying. They don't give them a chance. It's like they put them on the screen, and you're like, okay, she's cute, she's pretty, like she's a realtor, she's successful, but like you don't get much more in depth about them. So it's how are we supposed to like say if we like them or not, or if we're interested or not, if you're just like showing them in a scene and then quickly editing them out?
So if you, from the little bit that you saw of her, would you have given her a chance?
Yes.
So I would say, was there any like, see, for her, like, I guess she was kind of interesting, but again, I didn't think much of her. Like, I'm like, damn, I wish she was a housewife or anything like that. There was a few other people too. Like, who
Do
are
you
some
rem-
other friends of?
do you remember the season with Penny?
Yes.
There was someone that we've never talked about this one before, but her name was Jennifer Dalton. I don't know if you remember her. She had like green eyes. She was I think she was also a realtor.
Yeah.
I think she was kind of being considered to be a housewife or a friend or something. I don't
I gotta
know.
double check because that's the one that Kim D got in a fight with.
Better than your party. Go with your stripper outfit. Why don't you act your age, Grandma? Let me tell you something. You and your best day couldn't look as good as this, Grandma. Are you kidding me? And your best day. You are a dog. Bark, bark. No. Kids with all different guys and get married. I'm not like you. You put your hand in my face. Want to come back? Do not touch me. I will her up. Touch it. Get the out of my party. I'm out of here. Get the out. I'm leaving trash. I'm leaving. No, you are the only one.
Yes, yes. I remember they put that scene in like the those like what you didn't see type of clip shows that they put at the end,
Oh
like
yeah,
what
yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
see of the season. Yeah, I think she pushed her. I think Kim D pushed her.
So I remember, like, I don't
That was
remember all of it because
crazy.
we've discussed it a few times, and it was like our friend Emma. She's like you don't mess with her. Like she got your back no matter what. She's the one that just like jumped in the middle of it, like, oh no, you're not gonna touch her type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I got to ask about Kim D if she was actually going to be considered as a housewife or not, because I know she was on the show, but I don't know for what reason necessarily.
There was another one. She was a lesbian, and she was met, and her wife, her name was Robin, and her wife's name was Christina. I remember because I wasn't sure. I remember reading rumors, and I wasn't sure if it was both of them that were going to be housewives, or if it was just one of them. Or, but they're the ones that were fighting with Jacqueline when Jacqueline's like, "Rage on my ass."
Soldier makes me want to rage on your ass.
Do it! Do it! What the rage on my ass!
Whoa. I don't even understand. It's like a Category 5 hurricane.
Shut the up.
Rager, do it! Like going crazy.
Yeah, so I actually do know who she is. She's really cool girl. So is her wife, Robin's wife as well. Um, I met them through a friend of mine. So we've had conversations, and actually when I think you mentioned her briefly, and I was like, you know what? I gotta find out if that's true or not. So I did message her. I talked to her, and I found out that she did film, like you said, for to be like a main character, and it was her and her wife
So they were gonna both be
for both
housewives.
of them, and that was the same
Huh.
season that Dolores and Siggy
Siggy joined, yeah.
joined. And she also had mentioned that like that was the
And
first
Teresa
time.
came back from jail.
Yeah. That was the first time that Bravo was like, here, we're gonna give you all for this contract, and you got to fight it out to see who's gonna be actual housewife.
Wait, so they were in the running to be housewives against Dolores and Siggy?
Yeah, they were all given it, and they were like, whoever works out, works out. And it was the same contract
Whoa.
given to all four of them.
Whoa, that's some tea. We didn't know that.
Yeah. I think she might have mentioned it before because I heard something about it online when I was like looking it up. But and she also did mention that there was the promo pics taken, like you
Oh,
said.
wow. See, okay, so hold on. So that season was, I think it was Dolores, Siggy, Jacqueline, Teresa, and Melissa. So there were only five. So that could have been Jacqueline, Teresa, Melissa, Robin, and Christina,
I mean, potentially, yeah.
right? If they were the ones that got the full-time contract, then they were like, okay, Dolores and Siggy, you're gonna be friends, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's
Whoa.
going to be like they're going to replace this person with this person or like whoever works out will just keep and who does. So I don't know. But she did say they did record and everything like that. But I guess that at the end of the day, you know, it didn't
They
work
weren't
out
ready
for
for
whatever
it.
reason.
They weren't ready for it.
But I thought it was pretty cool. But
But
um,
they
but
and they
she's working on some other shows and stuff, or at least she was, Robin, and she does production and stuff like that. So we might be seeing her again in some other way, shape, or
Oh,
form.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And they did edit her out. I don't think she was at the reunion, but they did edit her out a lot.
Yeah, because I think once they decide like we're gonna move forward with this person, they start cutting out like the other potential people. They're
Yeah,
like almost like the expendables type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right, right.
but so question for you. So now what would be your ideal cast? Say from the girls returning, what girls would you keep and why?
Um, You know, my favorite is Margaret. That's my girl. She's my only favorite. I don't
Mhm.
have any other favorites on Jersey. It's just Margaret.
Okay.
So she would be a definite, but the problem is I don't see how she returns, how both she returns and Teresa returns. I don't see how that is going to happen. So that's the only problem there. But you know, they already said Teresa, Melissa, Dolores, like those are kind of for sure
Mhm.
probably going to be on it. So, and probably Jen Fessler as a friend. Like they
Okay.
like her. Jen Fessler is very friendly with like Tamra and like housewives from other cities. So I think Jen Fessler will stay. But that's going to be interesting too. Like if Jen Fessler stays and Margaret doesn't, would you want
Yeah.
Margaret back?
So like, or would Jen Fessler still be even in the running if Margaret is not there?
True, true. That's
You know what
true.
I
But
mean? So it might be like, oh, maybe her ties to the other people might not be. I'm a fan of Jen Fessler. I like her. I think she's a sweetheart, but
I thought she
I,
was so funny with do you remember when she sang that song at the end? Like
yeah.
she to me she's like comedic relief, like Jennifer Tilly kind of on Beverly Hills. It's like
Yeah.
that to me, that's where you should keep Jen Fessler because I don't really, you know, I think her kids are older. Like I don't really care to see her as a main housewife, but
Yeah.
she
But a
makes me
friend of,
laugh.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a good friend of.
Now, we're so if you can also, I know there was like rumors, and I know you probably know all of them, of potential housewives like joining the cast. Were there any people that that stood out to you, or like that you were like, oh, that would be kind of cool, or want to know
So
more about?
I saw rumors about Kathy. I don't know if you saw rumors about Kathy, but
Yes, I
Kathy
did see
wants
those two.
Fieldy.
Yeah.
And conveniently they were floating around during the time that she had her granddaughter, her
Mhm.
grandbaby. I'm not sure if it's a girl or a boy actually, but around that time, I guess because she was in the press because her daughter Victoria had a baby, those rumors were floating around Kathy and maybe like Teresa wanting to make up with Kathy or stuff
Mhm.
like that. I think if they're gonna bring back both Teresa and Melissa, and they're not gonna like cut one off, you know, like most of the fans, you have like Teresa fans, Melissa fans, and Melissa fans don't want to see Teresa and Louis anymore. Teresa fans don't really care about Melissa. They're like, you've been riding on Teresa's coattails this whole time.
Mhm.
So if you're not gonna like separate them and they're made up now, you're gonna bring them back. Make it a family thing. That's what always worked with Jersey.
So you think by
Family, like
incorporating more family, like having Kathy
bring in Kathy and have Kathy confront, you know, like I'm not saying beef with them, but like discuss what happened. Like you were clearly pissed off at Melissa and Joe for a reason. So talk about it. Like talk about what happened in your relationship. Talk about how you're rebuilding it now.
and that
Why
would be
was
like a
Kathy
storyline that they can actually
yeah.
use. Yeah.
And Kathy's also friends with Dolores. Like those four, it's a good core because they have the history. Like the
Yeah.
two sister-in-laws. Dolores is like has years of history with Teresa. They went to school together. Kathy grew up in Patterson with them. Like
Mhm.
there it's you know, it's like old school Jersey. And then just add to that. Like I was even telling you I think they should bring back Kim D as a friend of for real because Kim D's made up with Melissa. Kim D's friends with Teresa. Kim D's friendly with Kathy and Dolores. Like
And
so why would
Margaret
it
and everyone actually. Yeah.
and if Margaret, I would love to see Margaret back, and I think Margaret could work like with Kathy and Melissa. Like I think she could work there, but the problem for me is Louis. I don't know. Maybe if they bring Teresa back, but they cut Louis out, maybe maybe Margaret would film with Teresa. If she's like, okay, I'm gonna be a part of the Real Houses of New Jersey, but like Louis cannot be involved, which
Gotcha.
sucks. But it's like it's somewhat of a compromise, wouldn't you say? Like, because
Well,
that's how
yeah, like if they
all the
wanted
girls
her
come
back and
together.
stuff, but who knows? It's like, Teresa might be like, oh, if you're gonna cut out my husband, I don't know if I want to do it.
Teresa's not in any place to make demands, and I think she knows that. And I think she knows that. So I think producers have to be smarter about it and like say, no, we need to make a show. Like this has to happen. This has to happen. People love Margaret too. Margaret can come back, but there does need to be new blood. Remember, I sent you the. It's funny, like for Mob Wives, they had a season where it was like new blood,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they brought in Alicia from Philly, and I told you I thought she should be part of Alicia DeMichael, for she was on Mob Wives, and I think she would be a perfect addition to Jersey. Yes,
I'm on the paper.
that's her.
Okay.
They better watch her back. I'm not scared of no one. Have you seen this? And
The day the feds came was the worst day of my life. My husband was arrested for embezzlement, extortion, racketeering, and murder conspiracy.
And I heard she's waiting to get sentenced on charges.
Hopefully, I don't have to go to jail.
Alicia coming into New York and trying to shake things up between the girls is not going to work well. And it probably will end up in disaster.
You want to talk about me? You want to ask me?
I don't want to ask you any questions.
Don't talk about me.
Bitch, you are talking to a boss's mother daughter. Plain and simple. You don't speak to me like that. I have never been spoken to that way in my life. I'm as sweet as pie.
So I just get an idea of who she is.
That's her. Yeah, so you can kind of hear her voice and see like she's not a Drita. She's not gonna come in here like swinging on people, but she has that fire in her, kind of like a Teresa. Like Teresa has that fire in her. Like she's not a punk.
You would think someone like her would be a good bet. What about any of the other mob wives? Like, do you think any of them, just real quick, listing them like yes, no, or anyone that you consider potentially a good fit?
Probably not.
Probably not. All right.
No.
So then what other reality show people do you think?
That could join. So listen, I always thought that Jersey Shore would be good, but I know that Andy Cohen said no, never Snooki, never JWoww, never Sammy. Like he said never Dina, like no, because they're just too Jersey Shore. But but I don't agree with that because look at the did you see the new Atlanta trailer drop today? And K Michelle is a part of the cast now, and K Michelle was known for Love and Hip Hop.
Andy Cohen said he would never have Snooki or JWoww or any of them, but who are you going to suggest?
So I was going to suggest Lauren Sorrentino, which is Mike the Situation's wife, because I saw pictures of her with like Melissa Gorga and Joe Gorga. I think even Rachel and John Fuda were in the picture, but they fit in. Like it looked like it would work. I could see Mike the Situation hanging out, John Fuda and Joe Gorga and Frank Catania. Like I could see him being a part of the boys.
Yeah, Joe Gorga and Mike definitely have like the same energy, I feel like.
Yes, yeah. So he still has that like Jersey boy energy that like the rest of them have. So I could see that happening too. I don't know much about Lauren's personality, but who knows if like they're ever gonna really put someone that's very well known on the show.
Yeah.
But the rumors out there are more so about like, like Lena. Have you heard of Lena Kisses?
Yeah. That's one of my buddies. I'm friendly with her.
Yeah, there's like a list of names that I have. Michelle Barone, Natia Ruffolo, Christina Pastina. She's a friend. Says has been a close friend of Dolores for years. So
I'll go from the beginning of your list real quick. So Lena Kittis, she's the one that had the beef with Danielle Cabral about being kicked out of the VIP area. Okay. And they had some words online.
And they had a scene with her at Jen Aiden's house, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when it comes to her, I think, well, she's a sweetheart. I love her. But she looks great. She definitely has a great personality. She's someone that like, she won't start nothing. If you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing type of thing. So like she would definitely bring it. Like, yeah.
She gives you like, she fits in.
She fits in. She has a cool vibe. She has a successful business. Her husband is a big character. I think that she would have been a good fit. I know they've considered her in the past and stuff. I know she's been in rumors and stuff like that, but I don't know about currently today. But who was the second person you mentioned? Michelle Barone, right?
Michelle Barone, yeah.
I heard for her that she is out of the picture. She was in the running to be part of the show, but I guess it just didn't work out. Michelle Barone.
It says Michelle Barone Lepore also has younger kids, but they're hoping she brings in more humor. They're unsure why they love her so much, but they want her to move to New Jersey, which is funny because I know she has like her own. Is it a podcast on YouTube? I've seen.
I think so. A podcast, or she's a host of something.
Yeah. So when I saw these names floating around, I looked her up, and she lives in Poughkeepsie, New York. So it's funny that it says they want her to move to New Jersey because she lives in New York. So it's not really like an organic.
So I think even with that, I think she was in the running. I guess maybe they just felt like it wasn't worth it because she was even willing to like buy a new home in Jersey and just
Oh
make the move
wow.
for it. So, but I think maybe the New York thing was a thing. They're like, you know what? Like maybe it's better if they do live in New Jersey versus uprooting your
No, of
life and
course.
it's just brand new and like it's just not, authentic, you know?
If she lived in New York, the fans would eat her up and eat the producers up as soon as they
Yeah.
would be like, she's not. They already give Beverly Hills shit because Beverly Hills does not live in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're like, no, these are the Encino housewives. These are the Malibu housewives. So they would have been like, nah, you're a Poughkeepsie housewife.
Yeah. And
Um,
then you said Natia?
Christina Pastina.
Oh, Christina Pestina. So I actually worked with her.
Really?
Yeah, she is Dolores's friend. Like they're very close, but
Okay.
she's a very pretty girl. She's super cool. We used to work at a hair salon together, and she just did it like part time, just helping out a friend or whatever working there. But um, but I can maybe see her being part of the show. I don't know if she was actually approached or not, or people are assuming because she's very close to Dolores and she's in a lot
Right.
of pictures when they go out.
Well, it says Bravo's looking to add 4 to 5 newbies this season, whether full time or friend of. And it's funny, it says Christina Pastina. Pastina is not her last name.
Yeah, that's her Instagram name. Yeah.
um, okay, so there's Christina, Michelle. Okay, Natia Ruffalo. Ruffalo. I
Ruffalo.
think that's the
Um,
blonde injector girl I've seen around.
yes. So I know that she's friends with Melissa. I know they've been hanging out a lot more because I think of her being in the running. So I do think that's very true that she is in the running. I mean, she's a pretty girl. She seems interesting. So I think one
Yeah.
of her sisters, or I don't know if she has one or many, but is like a pop star in some country or something like that. So she
Oh,
might be an
really?
interesting, like,
Again, look at what we're talking about though. Like all these names. It's like the Tracy, the Jennifer Dalton, the do you remember Tiffany Chantel, which was like a friend of Danielle's? Danielle Cabral brought on a couple friends that were supposed to be
yeah.
housewives too. They were being filmed at the softball game.
So kind
So
of like what we learned about Robin, like it's like those are the girls that are coming in and it's like, you know what? Fight for your role. And if you
but
work out, you just like sink or swim and that's it.
they do not make it though. Like they do not make it. They just throw them in a scene, pull them right out. Like it's crazy.
I don't know if they pull them
I
out, they just
guess
let them drown.
casting has to be really difficult in Jersey.
I know Kim says it all the time. She says that's always the hardest, like she says hardest franchise to cast for because it's like New Jersey is a different breed.
I
And
wonder
it's
why
like,
though. Like, I wonder what it is.
I mean, it's Jersey. Like what
Yeah,
Kim
but exactly, it's Jersey. There's a lot of interesting
said.
characters. You would think it's a little more easy.
I think that they're taking their time. I think it's going to be, I think whatever they do, it will be satisfactory to an extent. Like, I think they are going to bring back some of the OGs and they're going to mix in some new people. And there's some stuff that I've heard and stuff that I can't say, but there might be some decent picks and stuff. So,
All right, so real quick before we move away from Jersey, like what would your perfect cast or perfect idea of like what do you want to see happen moving forward? And then I'll give what I would want to see happen moving forward.
all right. So I would say, who would I want to bring back? So I would say the easy casting would be Dolores because she can work with anybody, I feel like. I would say Teresa.
Okay.
And you know what? Since, they're reconciled and maybe they can coexist, I would say Melissa as well.
Okay.
Um, and to be honest, and then I would have picked Margaret as well. But I think it's those three or those four and like some new girls. So like I do want some of the OGs there or the people that previously have been there and then some new girls. Like, I mean, I would love if it was like Lena or someone like that that I knew, that I'm like, they're
Yeah.
really cool people. But like Michelle
So,
Barone, I didn't care much for, I don't think.
oh
No offense
man.
to Michelle, I'm sorry.
No, I know. I when I was looking her up, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't see you fitting in. We were talking about Amanda on Beverly Hills. To me, she just does not fit in. So there's sometimes these castings, they just don't fit in.
Yeah.
And Jersey, they've had good casting with the people they've had. I would bring those four back too: Margaret,
Mhm.
Teresa, Dolores, Melissa. I would bring back Kathy.
Okay.
My two friends of, because on Beverly Hills, I think Kathy Hilton and Jennifer Tilly work so well together
Mhm.
as the two friends of. For Jersey, I would do Kim D and Jen Fessler. I think
Oh,
Jen
those are my
Fessler,
two also. Those are my two friends that
yeah,
also, yeah.
they bring comedy to me. I think Kim D, now that I don't think she would be acting like such a villain this time around, because back then she was like after Melissa all the time. I think now that she's made up with Melissa, she's made up with Margaret, she's friends with Dolores, she's friends with Teresa. I think she could probably work as like a kind of like a buffer in between
Yeah.
the, like maybe working towards Teresa, don't get so mad about that, or like Melissa, like, working on work, don't go backwards.
Yeah.
Don't, I think she would work towards like moving them along. And then that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 to 3 new housewives.
Okay.
That's perfect because that's like 3 new faces. People will be interested. Oh, I kicked out Danielle Cabral. I'm sorry. She lives too far for me. I'm sorry.
You were
Nate
saying
is,
she's like Central Jersey. Anything
Nate,
past Central Jersey is too far.
Nate is very nice to look at, and the kids are so cute. But I'm sorry, Danielle. I did love that she punched Jennifer Aiden, but I'm sorry, Danielle. No, Danielle gave me Mob Wives, and it's probably because she
Yes,
was
she
from
did.
Staten Island.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah,
very
she gave
Staten
me Mob
Island, yeah.
Wives.